Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Black Clover episode 9. Wow, I don't know why saying Black Clover sounded so weird. It makes me feel like I said it wrong in other videos. I don't know. Strange. What a weird feeling I suddenly got for no reason. But anyways, or maybe there is a reason. Maybe I've been saying it wrong this whole time. I don't know. But anyways, so last time on Black Clover, we had the first mission starting, right? That's pretty cool. We got to know a little bit more about Noelle. She isn't as she had that whole emotional episode with her brother and how she was talked down to, but she still, part of her personality is just talking down to other people still, even regardless of everything that happened that episode. I had hoped that her personality would change a bit, but I think at this point, it doesn't annoy me, I've kind of accepted it as just part of her, and, she doesn't, truly mean it. I mean, maybe she does, but I just choose to see it that way, but, we basically had Asta and Noelle running around the mansion doing all kinds of, crazy antics and stuff, and then we also got a scene of Yami, right? And was it Magna that did it too? They went and did some gambling, some strip poker or something, and ended up losing everything, and has to do a mission as Wizard King Magic Knights. I always get that mixed up. It's so annoying. Magic Knights, they have to do a mission. So they sent Magna, Asta, and Noelle are headed there to do that. And they were originally supposed to take out Boars, but as we saw at the end of the episode, we had these mages show up, and I don't know, I'm assuming they're evil. That's the ominous tone I got. So I guess we'll see if they're going to be defending the town against these guys. We'll get our first, out in the world fight that isn't just no, technically we had that fight against the guy that tried to steal Yuno's grimoire. So it's not our first fight out where it's not just a test, But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So let's jump into it and see what happens this episode. Alrighty guys, like usual, you guys can get your footage ready in sync with my timer. We're going to watch the whole episode together. That's my new format. Granted, at this point, it's not very new anymore. I just keep saying it anyway. Alright, so we are going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. There we go. I messed up my countdown and decided to restart it. I only made it 20 seconds in because I had realized I was already 5 seconds into the video before I did that countdown. I forgot to reset it back to 0. But it's okay. Everything should be fine now because I redid everything. I cut out the first attempt though, so you guys can see that. I don't know why I told you about my failure. You would have never known. Well, you might have seen the cut, but wait. Oh, they didn't leave yet, but they did. But we're gonna recap. Yeah, because they were on the broom riding out, right? That was when Asta moved closer and Noelle pushed him off. God damn it, Noelle. Oh. Whew. This is maybe one of the longest recaps we've had. Wait, did we have that little thought of her wondering if she could go because she can't control her magic? I actually forget if we had that little moment. They did skip over the moment of them talking about how they can't control their magic. Like, Asta has none, so he can't fly, and she can't control it, so she can't fly. Which is why they're flying together, but I don't know if we ever saw that little bit from her. Oh, I love it, how Asta's just flailing his arms around. And yep, these are the dudes that I assume are evil. Bye bye, Boris. Be lost in the mist. And now the opening. Alright, we're all caught up now. I like how there's a lot of like crows in the opening, but I think the only like birds we've seen are those weird like little strange looking birds in the actual show. This episode is called Beasts. Interesting. I kind of like how they add in the episode name and stuff like that into the opening like that. It's not something you see often. Usually there'll be like the opening and then a little scene afterwards, like a transition that'll show you the episode name. Why does my nose start itching like the second I start recording? It was like fine before I started. We're gonna get some more sword action this episode, I hope. The question is, how much is this gonna be Asta? What? Wait, why is he going up? What? Oh. Oh, there's still boars left, okay. Oh my god. They're just... I'm taking a break. Oh, okay. Wow, really? They, like, talked up how, like, crazy these people are with, like, the high magic power and stuff. I assumed he'd be able to do more. I feel like he could do more if he had to, right? He's just being lazy. She's gonna miss. She's gonna hit him, isn't she? The way this show goes. Oh, the music! And it hits him, yep. Why me? Oh, he finally got his sword out. I mean, honestly, Noelle acts high and mighty, but at least Asta is useful, right? Like, she's high and mighty, she can't fly, and she can't hit anything, so she's, like, way more useless than he is. He may not have magic and can't fly, but at least he can friggin' cut things. Oh god. Oh my god, he's carrying how many? Magna's doing pretty good, though. He's carrying it on one shoulder. And it doesn't look like he's struggling. They're gonna get back to the village, and it's gonna be like under attack or something, right? I hope the mayor isn't dead. The way they're talking about him a lot. Oh. Oh. His broom is ridiculous. Oh. Oh, nice, he's magic. I guess most people in the world do, don't they? We see so many people using it. Shame! Oh my god, that's ridiculous. He tried to get revenge, yeah. Just got his ass whooped again. Real men don't make trouble for others. Fair point. He has bows too. Oh my god. Ah. Gotcha. Yeah, because that's true. You don't have to become you don't have to become a magic knight when you get your grimoire. They just give you a grimoire when you hit like a certain age, right? So pretty much like everyone gets one, I think. As long as it like picks you or whatever. Like Asta's like almost like didn't get one or whatever until the cursed one appeared or whatever. I kind of forgot that there was that separation between Magic Knight and people with grimoires. Yes, grab hold of your future. Yeah, be a man, Magna. Be a man. I still want to know what Magic Knights do, and they still didn't answer it. uh, is that just going to be the running joke until they really show us what Magic Knights do? I mean, they're kind of showing us right now, but if you consider this a mission for the Magic Knights. They've really built this guy up, though. I'm scared he's going to be dead when we get back to the village. Yup. Yup. Whoa. Is that just a mist, or is that like a... That definitely looks not natural. Nope. Yup. Thanks, Noah. Ominous. I wonder if Asta did a really big swing with his sword, would he be able to, like, nullify part of it and that, like, cancel out the whole spell? Or would it just have no effect hitting the mist? Or, like, flailing around? Oh! That's what I was just thinking. It's magic mist. You nullify magic. Uh... Alright, so he's... It doesn't simply make the whole thing go away, it just clearing a path a bit, I guess. Although it's kind of forming behind them again, it seems like. Uh... Yeah, those people, like, became water. For all we know, they could have become the mist, too. Oh, all the townsfolk. Being held hostage. Oh, crap. If you make a move, the icicles drop and kill everyone. Oh shit, are they just gonna kill everyone? Never mind. It's not even just a threat, they're just killing everyone. Nice, Magna. Nice. I think he saved up his magic earlier. Oh no. Is he still alive? Move, Mr. Mayor Man! Yeah, of course he did. Welcome to real life, Asta. I guess Asta didn't really spend much time around death, you know? Living where he grew up, growing up where he grew up, you know? Jeez. Oh god. That is a gigantic icicle. Asta's got this. Yeah. Oh. Please don't let that half crush those people. Okay. I think we're okay. Ooh. Asta's angry. Didn't even know the guy. But it makes sense though. Asta has a good heart, regardless of anyone dying. He just wouldn't want to defend it. They came here after some magic stone or something, right? Hmm. How do they know all the Magic Knight schedules? Interesting. Right? Because they said they haven't heard of any Magic Knights being here, which means they know where all the Magic Knights are, like, positioned right now. Uh-oh. He's just gonna be cutting through it, isn't he? Yo. Man. For Asta being such a newbie, he is pretty impressive, though. Just being able to nullify magic like that when everyone's fighting mainly depends on magic. Obviously, we're gonna have struggles for him, but. Hmm. Wow. What the heck? They keep talking about time. He has no magic power. You're talking to the wrong person, bro. Hmm. Yeah. Wow. Oh, Asta. Wow, this is like... Honestly, this is one of the first times we have a reason why he wants to become the Wizard King, right? That's awesome. Oh, yeah. I mean, as some interesting stuff to talk about with how the combat works in this show. It's kind of cool. It's a little different so far. Endless ice cage. All right. Noel, is there anything you can do? I know you can't hit your target. As long as you don't hit the innocents, maybe you can just flail around and take out some stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Oh crap! All around him. Oh, luckily Asta has insane stamina. Oh, yeah, he's running low from flying there, I guess. He can tell. Yeah. Oh, what's she doing? She has her grimoire out. Oh. Jeez. Oh no. Oh crap. Alright, they just keep trying, but they gotta do something. Is Noelle gonna be the one to do something? Oh. Addressed her with respect, calling her lady first. Interesting. Wow. Hmm. Oh, is she gonna see the kid? uh. Oh crap. Whoa. What? What is this? A new spell? What? Is that how that works? We don't know how this works yet. Whoa. Is she defending them all? Holy crap. Yeah, she's defending them, right? Which leaves Magna and, oh, they're inside. Oh, nice, Noel. Nice. Damn it, it's over. Wow. I kind of. Huh. I kind of thought that was going to wrap up that episode. Damn. I was really into this one. There's some shows where I pay attention to the timer. I have the timer right in the on my other monitor for the recording to see how long I've been recording, and I can usually tell, like, oh, around this time, we have roughly X amount of minutes left. But I was just into watching what was happening. That was good. There is a lot of interesting tropes that aren't being utilized in this show, which is kind of interesting. I'll elaborate once we, well, I mean, I guess I can just start discussion now, right? Now that I don't cut out the outro. Um, but I guess, like, the first one is just the way the fights go. Like, honestly, it seems like a lot of fights, Asta has the advantage. And that's not usually the case for the protagonist in a show, right? Usually you start off at a disadvantage, and then they slowly, like, gain the advantage. Alrighty, so that is the end of the episode, guys. Boom, episode 9 done. Man, that went by so damn fast. Alright, so, like I was just saying, yeah, so basically in a lot of shows we have the main character who comes up against the bad guys, right? And they struggle really hard, but usually, take some damage, either get beat up or, like, dodge a lot, but their attacks, like, aren't effective, they miss or don't do enough damage, stuff like that. Usually that's it, and then we get, like, a moment where, like, no, I have to do this, and then they push through and win, In this case, we kind of start from a point where almost Asta has the advantage, because people don't realize yet that his sword can nullify magic. So when they start the fight, he's just swinging away nullifying magic, and they're like, this is where you die, and he's just like, nope, all done. And now then the bad guy learns what their power is, and then is able to, counter it. And then we go into the traditional fight where where they, try to work around that, So it's interesting. It's, there's still some tropiness to it and stuff like that, to, like, the format of the fights and everything, but so far what we've seen is pretty good. Even, like, when he was taking his exam, like, a lot of the times the fight would have lasted a lot longer, it would have been a lot more of a struggle, and everything, but no, Asta just sliced right through that dude's magic shell because he has the magic nullification and just beat him instantly. It's really cool. I like the way they do combat in here so far. The only thing is, I will say, the show is so silly when there isn't combat that sometimes it makes me wonder if if I should be taking the combat seriously, right? Like, there was a point in this episode where I was like, Magna's backstory of him getting his grimoire, getting cocky, going into the village, and, trying to take it over, but this guy just beats him up every time, and just, like, makes his pants fall down and slaps his ass with a sword. Like, it's just so funny and so goofy, but it's this guy's backstory, So I feel like, should I be taking it serious? But then we get into the fight, and I'm like, should I be taking, like, it's all these people, like, getting hurt, but I was laughing so much just a minute ago. Like, should I be taking this fight seriously? Is this a show that I should be taking seriously? And stuff like that, So it's like, it's very interesting. I don't know. I definitely think it's just going to be one of those ones where it's funny when something serious isn't going on, and then when something serious is going on, that's when we get in, like, the mindset of, okay, this is serious, But, okay, so the other trope that I mentioned, because I mentioned there's a couple, like, tropes not being utilized here, shoot, I just had it. I think it was involving, what was it? It was Asta's whole, like, advantage when the fights begin. And then I thought it had to do with Noelle. The other trope. Shoot. Oh, man. Hold on, I'm gonna skip to the end of the episode real fast and just see if I can trigger my memory. I apologize, guys. I really should remember. She does her magic and misses. What? The kid's crying for help. Okay, that's what it was, that's what it was. So there's not as much anime exposition as I would have expected. You know, there is some in this show, I will say, and maybe we'll get into it next episode, but a lot of the times in shows, they'll be like, you know, like right there we saw Noelle develop a magic spell, right? And like it was being written in her grimoire in magic. She wasn't even aware of it. She was aware that a new spell was appearing, but it wasn't like she's like, "Oh, I need to create a new spell just for this occasion," you know? It was something like against her will. It was just like something like by instinct that she did. Now, is that how magic spells usually are made? We don't know, you know, because the show didn't straight up tell us. Like a lot of shows will do like have something started like this and a narrator will jump in and be like, you know, magic spells, they can be created by this, and, you know, this is how they work. We'd get, like, exposition telling us, and one of the characters would be like, you know, wow, she's able to develop a magic spell on the spot like that? That's crazy. Usually people can't do that until they've been, like, a magic knight for years or something, you know, some kind of exposition like that to explain to us what is happening. But no, they just, like, show us and maybe they'll tell us later, which is a very good way to, you know, tell a story, in my opinion, because sometimes it really takes you out of a fight when they stop to talk about it. But usually I just get used to it and it's not a big deal, you know, it's something that happens in anime. I watch a lot of anime, so I'm used to it. But now that I'm so used to it in a lot of anime, I, like, notice it when it doesn't happen, you know? It's kind of interesting. And I mean, sometimes I think it does still happen, right? Like, I think there's been moments where, like, in Asta's first fight against the dude that was trying to steal Yuno's book, I think we stopped and had a narrator explain something about, like, what happened during that fight, you know? I don't know. But yeah. Interesting. Now, this new spell she developed, you know, she didn't have to aim it because it was just a big AoE bubble that was defending them. I wonder if this is gonna be one of the first. There's a freaking ladybug flying around. Go away. Um, I wonder if this is gonna be one of the first times that we see what her potential can be. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. We've seen her potential. We just haven't seen her be able to use her magic successfully. But what if her talents are going to lie in defense, you know? She's going to be doing guarding and protecting and stuff like that rather than offense for a while, you know? I'm sure eventually she'll learn to control her power and she'll be able to aim her attacks. But she has all this magic power, but she can't use it because she can't hit things. But if she just creates a bubble to protect people, you know, while, you know, Asta and Magna do the fighting, that could be the start of where she lies on the team, you know, defensive, supportive, like, utility kind of stuff. I wonder if that's the route they're going to go with that character, or if this is just going to be, like, a one-time thing, you know, but that's pretty cool, being able to see that aspect of her finally, like, because I was saying, you know, Asta's at least useful with his sword to nullify magic. She's just kind of useless, you know. But they kind of showed us where her place falls in this team now, which is pretty cool. But I guess one of the other things I mentioned during the reaction, but we had another joke about them saying, you know, what does a magic knight do? And then they just, like, laughed it off and didn't answer. I wonder if that's just going to be a joke, and once again they're going to do the show, not tell, and we'll just see what they do as they go, and not quite really just, like, straight up tell us, you know? And I mean, they jokingly told us, like, roughly, very vaguely, like, a couple episodes ago, but they, like, laughed about it and made it a joke too, and, like, even Asta was still confused and stuff like that. So I'm just, you know, they always talk about these Magic Knight missions, but apparently this isn't even an official one, so I'm still wondering what official ones look like, you know, but So these bad guys that showed up, they talk a lot about time, and obviously they're like some of like the kind of like the royalty mentality where like they treat the people without magic like trash, and stuff like that. But he says like these people are wasting my time, but he did it in a way that like I don't know if he has any kind of like time aspect to him. Like, is his magic gated by time? Is he like? I mean, I'm assuming they're not going to introduce like time travel in this show, and if they do, it's not going to be this early. But what is his obsession with time? Maybe maybe he's obsessed with like immortality and discovering that. I don't know. Like, I'm just kind of out of the box thinking about what he could mean because he did a lot of talking about time in this. So, I don't know. But, yeah. I don't know what to make of it. But then his powers are all like ice and mist and stuff like that. So I don't know what that has to do with, his obsession with time, but hmm. So I guess I mentioned it once again during the reaction, but we have a solid like one solid motivation for Asta to become the Wizard King. This is probably one of the first times I think, as far as I know, that he's given a reason why. It's always just been like, I want to become the Wizard King, because he's cool. But this time we have it, he when he was younger, he got to learn about the discrimination that is in this country, and he wants to become the Wizard King and change it from the inside, which makes sense. Who better to change the structure of the, country than one of the ones leading it. So, admirable goal. It's definitely respectable. It's not really selfish or, I feel like it's a little bit better than Naruto's reason. Like, if I were to compare it to Naruto in the dream to become Hokage, which is very similar to this, Naruto's goal was so he could be recognized because he's been lonely, which is, really good motivation for him as a person and as, just him himself. But it is just him in a way you could consider it selfish, because he just wants to be recognized, he just wants to be strong and people to respect him because he wasn't respected in life. Whereas Asta here wants to change the world and make it better for his family and, basically everyone that grew up the way he did. So it's very interesting. I like the selflessness of it, so that's really cool. Magna's magic power, it's very not like he is doing some big attacks here and stuff like that, but I'm a little bit underwhelmed by someone that was supposed to be number 2 to Yami, and Yami showed off his like insane magic power of like, what the captains have, and I figured like second to the captain he'd be insanely strong, which he is, but he was talking about how he was like almost drained just from carrying 3 people on a broom, but I guess we probably time skipped. I don't know how far they had to fly. I don't know like what kind of like limits he had to push in order to carry 3 people or like himself and 2 others. And I know he was struggling a bit when he took off last episode. He like had a hard time with it and stuff. So I just don't have a gauge for what a lot of magic output is, for the average character, because like I mean the big problem with that is our protagonist doesn't have magic power, so we don't get to compare him to these other characters that much. So I really don't have a gauge of being like, all right, this person has an extreme amount. Like Noelle just fired off this giant spell, but she also hasn't really been doing anything this whole time, so she has all her magic stored up. But she also said she has more than anybody else here, which probably is including Magna, just because she's royalty. But that's like, so I guess that's just what they do with this whole royalty thing, is it seems like they're breeding in like high magic power, like it seems like they probably don't have relationships with people of low magic power, so that way they don't risk having kids with low magic power, right? So like whenever you're looking for a wife or a husband, as a noble or royalty, you probably have to find someone that has, equal or greater magic power than you. So that way when you have kids, hopefully they have a little bit more and they push the power levels even more and stuff like that. I wonder if we're gonna get into that kind of thing in this world, if we're gonna learn that, Noelle's parents was like a arranged marriage sort of thing or something, or what kind of world it is for nobles too. Maybe it's not even that great for them too. Maybe we'll someday see a noble that just wants to, fell in love with a commoner or something and is refuse that love or something, and bad stuff happens. And Asta sees that even nobles have troubles, and he wants to fix that too, and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just kind of an interesting thought, but yeah, guys, this is a good episode. I don't really have much else to say, but I enjoyed it. I hope we get some really good animation in the next fights, because I will say, I do trust this show because it has been pretty good with what we've seen so far. Um, but they did kind of just give us still frames of Magna firing a bunch of fire in the sky and Asta swinging his sword. The big water shield that Noelle put up was really cool and stuff like that. But I'm hoping we get some like cool stuff in the next episode. Some nice animation with the fight. But that's pretty much the last thing that I have to say. That's probably like the only complaint I really have. Is just the the still frame images didn't lead to the most like exciting and dramatic fighting. But it was fine. I'm sure it's going to get better too because the fight's just amping up. They haven't even like come into contact with each other yet. It's mainly just been like feeling each other out. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, hit that subscribe button so you can see all my new content and everything. Also, you can check out patreon.com/Morthadon if you want to see the next episode right now. It's on there as early access. There's also a link to my Patreon in the description if you want to click down there for that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!